Hello, this is Bill Webb, aka Billy Indiana. Today I'm going to do an unboxing for a recent Kickstarter arrival. It is Earth by Inside Up Games. I'm really curious to see what this looks like in person. I've been playing it on BGA, so if you want to find out what's inside this box, stay tuned. So as I said, this is the deluxe Kickstarter edition. It comes with this wooden insert, or that may have been an add-on. I can't remember. There's some little wooden pieces here for, I think, the soil and then the scoring tokens to replace the cardboard. And then there's some extra promo cards that are added in for the Kickstarter. And it looks like there's some kind of another wooden piece in here. I can go ahead and open it up. So we've got, yeah, I think this is, I don't know if this is like a first player marker or something, or solo something. It's got a one person emblem on there. But these are the promo cards. So we've got those. And then this little wooden chip here. And then, yeah, these are the scoring leaves that are in wood instead of, I assume, the cardboard. And then the soil tokens that are going to be used. And I have to figure out how to assemble that and see how it goes in the box here. But let me slide this off to the side just for a minute. So this game is by Maxime Tardif, presented by Connor McGooey, as I said, from Inside Up Games. And if we look over onto the back, we can see Earth, the soil that supports and sustains our beautiful planet. Over millions of years of evolution and adaptation, the flora and fauna of this unique planet have grown and developed into amazing life forms, creating beautiful symbiotic ecosystems and diverse habitats. It's time to create your island, a 4x4 tableau of self-supporting growth, expansion, and supply, where even the cards you don't need become compost for future gain. Earth is an open-world engine builder for 1 to 5 players with simple rules, but many strategic possibilities. There's some simultaneous prosperity, stackable wooden pieces. This is the actual size, it says. 1 to 5 players, ages 14 and up, 45 to 90 minutes. It's hard for me to judge the time length of the game because I've only played it on BGA asynchronous, and that really kind of stretched it out because you know, you do have that follow action, the simultaneous prosperity. So, you know, if I take the water action, everybody else is going to get a lesser version of the water action, like other games that have a similar follow action. It says, thanks to double-sided cards, there are 20 islands, 20 climates, 64 ecosystems, which means there are 25,600 possible starting setups. Welcome to nature's diversity. All right. And yeah, I've really been impressed by the card play. I love engine building games, and this is that. The art on the cover is beautiful. It just kind of wraps around the edges here. So you can see if you want to store it vertical on this side, you got that sort of appearance, and that kind of wraps around the edge. And then if you want to store it vertical with this side appearance, you've got a different view. So that kind of looks like California right now. We've got some snow-covered mountains out here and some cactus as well. So all right, let's just put this off to the side here. And inside the box we've got the rule book, and it says gaming rules: prefer to watch a video instead of reading the rules, scan this QR code in your phone. So we've got all the different pieces and parts here. So this gives kind of the overviewed shared setup and all the different components, and then the individual setup and how to get started, showing that tableau. I did not get the neoprene mats for this, kind of regretting it after seeing some people online having that, but I didn't splurge on that. Card information just shows you the breakdown of the card, and this shows you the actions. So, you know, if you take this action, you're going to get 2 cards and be able to play 2 cards and gain 2 cards, look at 4 cards and look and keep 1, and then everybody else is going to, I guess that, I thought that meant play a card. Oh, yeah, play 2 cards, take 4 and keep 1. Or look at 4 and keep 1, and then the others are going to get to play a card and then take a card. Here, if you choose this one, you're going to get 5 soil and get to do, I think that's a compost action, and then everybody else will just get 2 soil or compost. And so you can see they just get that lesser ability. All right, talking about activating abilities here, and then the planting phase, composting or planting action, composting action, watering action, growing action, and then an explanation of the ecosystem cards, which are in-game scoring, and the fauna cards, which are also objective in-game scoring type of cards. The island and climate cards are kind of the setup to get you going, and then the earth cards, I think, are also ones that are used to get you going, or maybe those just fold in. I'm not sure. I forget about that. Example of a turn, and they flesh it out here. Example continued, and then end game example, example scoring. So yeah, lots of good examples to help here. And then scoring victory points, solo mode back here on the last page, and then team mode 2v2. Oh, that's interesting. Hadn't thought about the team mode. All right. A great way for experienced players to teach the game to new players. Interesting. All right. So there's the rule book. Now underneath that, we've got an achievement sheet. It's a kind of a thick card stock. And it looks like, okay, win your first game, win without having completed your island. And so you can put those achievements on as you're able to. This is the scoring board. And I forget all the names, but you're going to have a couple of cards here and a couple of cards here. And this is like, I think, the easy side, where if you accomplish this card, you get 10 points. You just put your little leaf token there to show you've earned it. But this is the more competitive side. So again, we've got those two things there. But the first one's going to get 15. The second person to do it is 11 and on down. So you don't earn as many. And then I think these are just some other in-game scoring options. And then I think you can maybe play, 7. I'm not sure what that 7 is. I'll have to look that up too. But that's some of the kind of in the setup, you get to know what your objectives are going to be. And really beautiful art on the back of these player boards. Wow, really nice. And then here's the team board, team 1, team 2. I guess you use that here perhaps. And then here is the main board. And so you can see the setup there. This is a player board. Let's see, what is this? Is this? Oh, this is just another player board. Okay. So these are 2 player boards here. So you're going to have your own cards that are unique to you, and you're going to keep your soil and your leaves here for scoring. And then, this is team. I'm not sure, this might be for team as well. So, but then on the back of this, we got this beautiful art on this side, but then the other side is just the other 2 player boards. So up to 4 players, or I guess up to 5. Yeah, that's right. That's what the box said, didn't it? And then this one has dual-sided. Interesting. This does look different. So this must be, maybe solo, I'll bet. Yeah, this looks like it might be for solo, because this is the same as the others. All right, then we've got the punch tokens here. So instead of the little black wooden pieces for soil, you can use this soil. And instead of these wooden scoring leaves, you can use these leaves. And then these are the little sprouts that go on, I'm assuming, these little green squares, probably first player marker, and then just 5 times and 10 times counters for soil. So that's the punch board. But then because it's a Kickstarter version, we've got all these wooden things. So instead of these little wooden sprouts, you get these wooden cubes for the sprouts. And then, like I said, you've got the soil and the scoring leaves there in wood too. And then as you're building up the pieces on the different plants, you're going to put these trunk pieces, and you can see how they kind of connect. So you're just going to put one on top of the other as you build up the plant. So you can see it from the side there. That cardboard's a little crooked. So we'll just put another piece on there, and then you've got all these caps. And I don't think the colors mean anything, but you can just pick the color you want. And when you cap it off, looks like that one doesn't want to sit flat. Some of these might not have been cut perfectly. Sits good on that one, but this one didn't seem to want to sit. Probably put it on the bottom to work. Yeah, there we go. So from above, you can't see it as well, but from the side there. You just got all these different caps. And the way that works is as you're doing these cards, see if we can get this open without a major fuss. I'm not generally very good at that, but I don't see any. Oh, maybe there is one right there. Yes, okay. It's just really hard to see. It's same color as the rest of the plastic. All right, good. So for instance, on this card, this little circle is where you're going to be planting these like that, building them up on your card. And it shows you that it can go 3 high, and if you get all 3, you're going to get 4 points for it. And so some of them, like this one can go 5 high, and if you get all 5, you're going to get 7. This one can only go 1 high, and it's just worth 1 point. And so if you're doing like a 5 high, for instance, you would get 4 of those stump types, and then the top one would be one of these colorful ones on the top, the canopy. And so these are a bunch of the cards here. They just all have the same back, and you can see there are lots and lots of them with really beautiful art and the name and the scientific name of each plant, and then the functions down below. And then on the player board, as we talked about, put this down underneath here for a second. On the player board, as we talked about, you got these different actions, and those actions are mimicked down here. So here's a yellow action card for this one. There's a kind of a bluish action, a red action, and then we can find some green ones down in here somewhere, hopefully. Maybe they're in a different pile here, the dark green. But that's what those little stripes on there mean. So let's see. And like I said, some of these cards are going to be for setting up the scoring, but I think these with, yeah, so these are different. Take a look, but I think all these with the lighter back are just for gameplay. That there's some dark green, and sometimes they have two colors. There's also some rainbow color ones in here, and these black ones don't. I think the black ones are events. Yes, so lava flow events. So you got those mixed in as well. All right, and these, yeah, these are solo mode cards here. It looks like it says right underneath. Solo mode for plant, water, grow, compost, South Pacific Gyre, and North Pacific Gyre. So maybe I'll set those aside. And yeah, now that I can see where that little piece is, they're nice and easy to open. It just wasn't so obvious right at the first glance. And that looks like just even more of these cards with all the different colors. There's some of the rainbow ones where you got multicolored on there. Because when you perform an action, then you're going to be setting these out into a tableau, eventually 4x4. When you get that 4x4 full, first one to do it, that signals the end of the game is coming. It's the trigger. But as you are filling your tableau and you play cards, or take those actions, then you kind of go through your tableau, and you also go through the cards on your board here, and you're looking at these cards, and then you're also doing those actions. You're trying to kind of build an engine. Let's see, these are dual-sided cards. So these are the flora and fauna cards, I think, here. And let's see, I don't want to mix them in. Yeah. So these are those cards that go on the central board, I believe, if I'm remembering correctly. And then these are the climate and island cards. So these are kind of all the setup cards, dual-sided ones that you're going to be putting on that central board, if I'm not mistaken. And some I do think go on your personal board as well as part of the setup. So all these cool pieces really, I think, are going to make for a nice tactile experience in the game. I've really enjoyed playing it on BGA, but I'm looking forward to playing with the actual pieces. Looks like we also have some sort of little score pad in here. So there you have it. Hopefully enjoyed seeing what comes in the Kickstarter Deluxe Edition of Earth by Inside Up Games. If you have any questions, let me know. I have played it. It's a little rusty because it's just been on BGA. I'm looking forward to reading through the rules and playing it with the actual pieces, and I think that'll sort of cement the gameplay and all the little details into my brain. So if you have questions, leave those down in the comments, and I'd be glad to answer them. If you have played it already, if you had a chance, there were a lot of people playing it at Dice Tower West. Maybe you've been at a convention recently where you've had a chance to take it for a ride, kind of give it a run. Let me know what you thought about it. I know some people like myself have already been receiving their Kickstarter versions, and probably some people have already gotten it to the table. So yeah, I'm anxious to hear about what your thoughts are if you've had a chance to play. As always, thanks for watching. This is Billy Indiana signing off.